Hello, fantasy besties. I need to tell you about Rapunzel. Not the version you know. The version you know is broadly accurate. The hair was real. The tower was real. The witch was real. The prince did, in fact, arrive dramatically in a forest like the universe was being paid by the coincidence. All of that happened. What I want to discuss are the 12 years in between. The bit where storytellers wave a hand and say, "And time passed," as though time passing isn't where people become who they are. As though 12 uninterrupted years with no distractions, no society, and no group chats isn't the most psychologically fascinating setup ever devised. I was there for the "and time passed." And frankly, the bards skipped the best part. The tower stood on the eastern edge of between realm territory, which meant I passed it regularly. Tall, narrow, no doors, one window. The architectural philosophy was very much, what if isolation, but vertical? Gothel had woven the usual enchantments. No magical entry, no magical exit, no sounds escaping beyond the trees, no visitors, standard overprotective sorceress package. Now, Gothel gets flattened into evil witch in most retellings, which annoys me. She was many things, complicated, controlling, deeply convinced she knew best, the sort of woman who would absolutely say, "I sacrificed everything for you," while actively causing the problem, a tale as old as time. What she did not account for was fey nonsense. We move through spaces differently. The seen and unseen overlap for us in peculiar ways, and on my 4th journey past that forest, I realized I could hear singing, not outside the tower, inside it, and that's when I met Rapunzel. Well, met is generous. I became an accidental long-term observer, like a nosy immortal neighbor with excellent hearing. The official story says she waited, patiently, beautifully, gracefully, like some decorative candle waiting for someone else to light it. I hate this version, respectfully. Violently, because that girl was busy. She begged Gothel for books, relentlessly, apparently with increasing levels of persistence until resistance became more exhausting than compliance. An approach I deeply respect. Languages. She taught herself languages, out loud, practicing both sides of conversations, correcting herself, arguing with herself, winning arguments against herself, losing arguments to herself. Frankly, some days she had better company than I found at royal banquets. Astronomy, from, one, window. Do you understand how unhinged that level of determination is? I have watched court scholars with observatories, assistants, and magical instruments accomplish less. She mapped the heavens from a single square of sky because apparently she looked at limitations and thought, interesting, a puzzle. Mathematics, history, music theory. And let's discuss the music for a moment, because everyone remembers the singing. Nobody remembers that she was composing. Original works, beautiful works, complex works. I still maintain several belong in the Between Realm archives. And if anyone on the council is watching, I have been saying this for 2 centuries. Do your jobs. And the birds. Everyone romanticizes the birds. People hear princess talking to birds and immediately assume whimsical woodland nonsense. No, she was conducting research. By year 8, she had effectively created an avian security network. The sparrows knew when Gothel was approaching. The finches knew which routes travellers used. One particularly rude crow specialised in gossip. Honestly, the crow and I had much in common. That wasn't a girl waiting. That was a strategist with excellent hair. There's a difference. Then came the prince, who, to be clear, did not embark on some grand destiny. He got lost. Men have built entire legends around what is fundamentally a poor sense of direction. He heard singing, found the tower, and suddenly Every storyteller on earth became obsessed with romance. Naturally. But here's what everyone misses. Rapunzel had spent 12 years building her mind. The hair was just transportation. Excellent transportation. Magnificent, award-winning transportation. But still, transportation. The important thing was the decision. She didn't immediately trust him. She didn't fling open her heart because a handsome stranger appeared in the forest with strong opinions and nice cheekbones. Thank the stars. She let him return. Once, twice, 3 times. She observed, questioned, evaluated, made calculations. She was gathering data. Honestly, she approached romance with more rigor than most monarchs approach treaties. And then, she chose. Not because she was rescued, because she decided. There is a difference, and it matters. The terrible parts happened after. The separation, the grief, the suffering. I wasn't there, and some things deserve reverence instead of commentary. So I leave that portion where it belongs. But this part, I will put this on the record. As an eyewitness, as a professional observer of terrible decisions and remarkable people. Rapunzel spent 12 years alone in a tower and emerged as one of the most intellectually formidable women I have ever encountered. The tower did not preserve her. It did not diminish her. She used it, like an alchemist uses a furnace, like a scholar uses a library, like I use poor judgment and curiosity. Constantly, with mixed results. The woman who climbed down that hair wasn't someone who had been waiting. She had been becoming. And personally, I think that's the better story. The bards wrote the love story. It is beautiful. I have no objections. But I wanted to tell you about the girl in the tower with the books, the birds, and enough stubbornness to weaponize solitude. That girl deserves songs too. This has been story time with your Fae bestie. I was there for the part nobody writes about. Naturally, it was the most interesting part. Subscribe, and I'll see you next week. And remember, if anyone asks, I was never there.